the biggest story of the day on Saturday was that we didn't have anybody get injured. And, I told some folks afterwards that I couldn't tell you a whole lot of what happened from a play standpoint in the scrimmage because I was watching the pile after every play just to make sure everybody got up. And unfortunately, we had some injuries this spring and didn't want to have any more in the final game or final practice. But I was very excited about a lot of the things that we saw Saturday. There was some good in all areas, offense and defense and special teams. And we didn't do a lot on the special teams side as far as just the way we set it up. But Warren Freever comes out and hits a 50-yarder and a 53-yarder to finish it. And it was just on air, but we're able to stretch him out in front of a few folks, and that was good to see. Offensively, we scored some touchdowns, moved the ball down the field, and hit some nice plays in the passing game, and had some running backs run well, and we did some good things up front. On the defensive side, there were some 3-and-outs and a couple interceptions and those type of things. So when you're doing those things and you're seeing good in all areas, I think that's the focus, and that's what you're trying to get to. And I saw a lot of those things on Saturday. You go into the spring and you're looking at a lot of technique stuff and spending a lot of time cleaning up a lot of those things. Furthering to explore maybe some new scheme wrinkles, no wholesale changes, but just some wrinkles to some of the things you already do. And the goal is to try and do everything you do better and spend more time and focus on those things, and giving your current players a better understanding of everything that you're doing from a scheme standpoint. And those are the main things. And one of your other checklist things or goals is not to have any injuries. And unfortunately, that's the one we didn't accomplish. We've had a few this spring, and we'll get those healed up and get ready to go again for the fall.
Talked about your current players, but I know you had some of your recruits there as well. And what did they kind of get out of watching you guys?
It was exciting to have those guys there. I think we had 20 or so guys that we've recruited this year in this year's class that were there on Saturday, and they were chomping at the bit to hop out there with us. And we had them down the sideline and in some pre-game drills and some of that stuff to watch, and so they were excited to be there, and we were excited to have them. That's a good-looking group, and they got some time to spend, talking to some folks around here about some stuff that we'll be doing coming in the fall, and so that was great to see. The thing I encouraged them the most on was to make sure they finish their senior year here, because I know how difficult it gets over those last 2 or 3 weeks. It's probably pretty hard to go to class as a senior in high school. So, but it was good to see them.